Dear students, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How are you? I hope best for you. I am Mukesh Kumar welcomes you to online Mukesh Online Academy. आपका मुकेश ऑनलाइन अकेडमी में स्वागत है. And we are doing the maths of class 8 and we are doing the chapter 3, that is the understanding quadrilaterals. And we have already covered this chapter into the previous 4 videos. In the first video we covered about the introduction of quadrilaterals and different type of figures, okay, polygons. In the second video we did the exercise 3.1. In the third video we did the exercise 3.2, and in the fourth video we did the different kinds of parallelograms, means different special type of quadrilaterals like parallelograms, like rhombus, rectangles. We did the characteristics of these things, okay. And I hope you have seen them. You may have seen that. If you have not still seen, then I have given the links into the description. Go through them. You know, it will be beneficial for you to understand this topic when you visit those videos first. Okay. And in this video, we are going to do the examples related to exercise 3.3 and some questions from the exercise 3.3 that we will do in this video. And have you taken out your notebook and pen? If you have not, take it out. Start practicing with me. You know, practice is the key for success in maths. You know, more you practice, more you become good in the maths. And I know you want to become best into the maths. So you must be practicing the questions. Practice the questions not only from the NCERT book, follow some other private books also. Okay, and I hope you must be doing that. And if you want to know which book it goes, then you can write to me in the comments or you can write to me on the WhatsApp or email. I will suggest you. Okay. And if you have any query, if you have any doubt about any topic, either from this book or any other book, then definitely you can write to me and we will be making another video for your queries to solve your queries. Okay. I hope you must be getting benefited from these videos. Kindly share it with your friends. Okay. And if you want to get the live online classes, then you can also write to me on the WhatsApp or email and kindly share it with your friends, subscribe to it, ask your friend to subscribe. And in this video what we are going to do, we are going to do the examples related to exercise 3.3 and the few questions from the exercise 3.3. So now let's do it. So dear students, so in the last video we had done about the different kind of quadrilaterals, and in this video we will do the questions over that. Okay, like parallelograms, like we had done kite, trapezium. There were so many things we had done into the last class. Okay, and in this video we will do the questions related to that. So let's do the first examples. The example 3 first. Let's do it. In this question we have to find the perimeter of the parallelogram PQRS. See, this is the parallelogram which is given into the diagram, okay, and we have to find the perimeter of it, okay. So here this is given the length of the parallelogram and this is given the another side of parallelogram, okay. So as we know that the perimeter means that we have already learned means the sum of all sides, okay. So the perimeter means the sum of all sides. Clear? So what we can do here, so we don't know all the sides, but as we have learned into the parallelogram that opposite sides are equal, means the opposite side of a parallelogram are equal. So that means this SP will be equal to QR, which will be equal to 7 centimeter. So this will also be equal to 7 centimeter, and SR will be equal to PQ, and which will be equal to 12 centimeter. Since this is 12 centimeter, so this will also be 12 centimeter. So now we will add all the sides. So the perimeter of this parallelogram will be equal to 7 centimeter plus 12 centimeter plus 7 centimeter plus 12 centimeter. So it will be 7 plus 12, 19, 19 plus 19 means 38 centimeter is the perimeter of this parallelogram. I hope this is clear to you. So what we have done, we have just taking the opposite sides, as the opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So if this is 7, so this will also be 7. If this is 12, then this will also be 12. And we have added all the sides. So now it comes to the 38 centimeter is the perimeter of this parallelogram. Okay, I hope you would have understood this example. Now let's do the example 4. See, in example 4, we have a parallelogram that is the best. Okay, and we have to find the x, y, z. Best means B, E, S, T. So this is the name of the parallelogram given here. So we have to find the x, we have to find the y, z, and we have to find the y. So these are the angles that we need to find. Okay. So as we have done in the parallelogram, that opposite angles are equal. Okay. So the x will be equal to 100 degree as opposite angles. Why are they equal? Opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Okay. So this x and 100 will be equal. So the x will be equal to 100 degree. Now we have to find the z. Before this we can find the y. Now since TS and BE are the parallel sides and SE is the transversal. So we know that this angle and this angle will be the corresponding angle. So the x equals to y. They are the corresponding angle. Why are they corresponding angles? As we have just explained that TS is parallel to BE and SE is transversal. Okay. So I hope this would have clear to you. So that means the value of y will also be equals to 100 degree. Now the z is remaining. So we can find either x plus z equal to 180 degree. X plus z is equal to 180 degree. Why 180 degree? Because the adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Okay, this we have learned into the last video. So x we have already found 100 degree plus z equal to 180 degree. So now we will shift 100 to the other side. So z will be equal to 180 degree minus 100. So this will be equal to 80 degree is the answer of this question. I hope this is clear to you. Or you can do like y plus z is the linear pair. Then also you can do it. So now let's understand this again. As the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So that means x will be equal to 100 degree. Okay. Now since the TS and BE are parallel to each other because it is a parallelogram and opposite sides are parallel to each other, and this SE will be the transversal. So that means x and y will be the corresponding angles. So y will be equal to x. So that means since the x is 100 degree, so the y will also be 100 degree. Now either we can do x plus z equal to 180 degree, adjacent angles of a parallelogram, or we can do y plus z equal to 180 degree, the linear pair. So in both cases we will get the z equal to 80 degree. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. So now let's do the example 5. See, in example 5 there is a parallelogram called ring R, I and G. And we have been given measurement of angle R. This is the measurement of angle R is 70 degree. And we have to find all other angles. Means we have to find the angle I, we have to find the angle N, and we have to find the angle G that we have to find. Okay. So the same principle that we have used in example 4 that we will use here. Okay. So the N will be equal to 70 degree. Okay. Angle N it will be equal to angle R will be equal to 70 degree. Reason we have just discussed above that opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So angle N will be equal to 70 degree. Now we can find the angle I also. Okay. So angle R plus angle I will be equal to 180 degree. The same principle that we have used here, that adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Okay. So R is given 70 degree, angle I we need to find, and 180 degree. So angle I will be equals to 180 degree minus 70 degree. That 70 we are taking to the other side. Okay. So angle I will become equal to 110 degree. So I we got the 110 degree. Same way angle G will be equal to angle I. Okay, will be equal to 110 degree. Why? Because the opposite angles of a parallelogram. Okay, so this will also be equal to 110 degree. Now let's repeat. See, opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. So angle N will be equal to angle R. So they will be 70 degree. Now since the adjacent angle of a parallelogram are supplementary, that means 70 plus I equal to 180 degree. So we got the I 110 degree. Now since opposite angles of a parallelogram equal, so G will also be equal to 110 degree. I hope this is clear to you. So now let's do the example number 6. So in the example 6, we have the help is a parallelogram. This is the parallelogram HELP. This is a parallelogram. These all lengths are given in centimeters. OE equal to 4. Okay, this is given OE equal to 4 centimeter. HL is 5 more than PE. And find OH. Okay, now let's do the question. What is given? That OE is equal to 4 centimeter. This is the OE which is given. And it is given that HL is 5 more than PE. So that means HL is equal to 5 plus PE. Or you can write PE plus 5. So but we don't know the PE and we have to find OH. What do we need to find? OH we need to find. Okay, OH is this one from here till here. So we need to find this. For this we need to find the HL, and to find the HL we need to find the PE. So how will we find the PE? As we have learned into the parallelogram, the diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. What does it mean? That O is midpoint of PE also and HL also. Okay, that means we can say that OP is equal to OE. So from here what we can do that PE will be equals to 2 into OE. Clear? Because OP equal to OE, so we can double the OE and we can find the PE. So that means 2 into, we have the OE 4, so which is the 8 centimeter PE we have found. And since it is given that HL equal to 5 plus PE, so that means HL will be equal to 5 plus 8. That means which is equal to 13 centimeter. Now, since O is the midpoint of HL, so that means OH and OL will be equal. Now, since O is the midpoint of HL, what does it mean? That OH will be equal to OL. What does it mean? That OH will be equal to HL divided by 2. That means if we take the whole side and if we divide it by 2, that means we will get the OH and we will get the OL. Clear? So HL is given 13 centimeter. We have already find it upon 2. So it becomes the 6.5 centimeter is the answer for the OL. I hope this is clear to you. Now let's understand this again. What is given? OE equal to 4 centimeter is given. And it is given that the length of the HL is 5 centimeter more than the PE. Okay. So that means to find the length of the HL, we need to find the length of the PE. As we have learned that diagonal of a parallelogram bisect each other. Okay. So that means O will be the midpoint of PE also. O will be the midpoint of HL also. So that means OP and PE will be equal. So to find the PE, what we can do, either we can write 4 plus 4 or we can write 2 into 4. That means PE became the 8 centimeter. Now since HL is 5 centimeter more than PE, so the length of the HL became the 13 centimeter. Same, O is the midpoint of HL also. So that means OH will be equal to the half of the HL. So which is coming the 6.5 centimeter. I hope this is clear to you. Okay. Now we will start the exercise 3.3. See, there is a parallelogram in the question 1. Given a parallelogram ABCD, A, B, C and D. Complete each statement along with the definition or the property used. Okay. So in the first one we have to find the AD. This AD. So what can we write? That AD will be equal to CB. Okay, why AD equal to CB? Because the opposite sides are equal. So we can write that AD equal to CB. Why? Opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So AD is equal to CB. Now we have to find that angle DCB equal to angle DCB. So that means this is the angle DCB. So this will be equal to angle DAB. DAB. Why is it equal? Because the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal, that we have learned. So that will be equal to DAB. It means this angle and this angle will be equal. OC, we have to find the OC. So this will be equal to OA. Why OA? Just we have learned in the previous question that diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Okay, so that means O is midpoint of AC. When the O is midpoint of AC, so that means OA and OC will be equal to each other. Now measurement of angle DAB. So this is the angle DAB, and measurement of angle CDA. This is the angle CDA. See, this is the angle DAB and this is the angle CDA. So that means they are the adjacent angles, and we have learned that adjacent angles are supplementary. That means their sum is 180 degree. So this MDAB, M means measure. Measure of angle DAB plus measure of angle CDA will be equal to 180 degree. Why? Because the adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Okay, I hope this question is clear to you. Now let's repeat. This is the AD. So opposite side are equal. So AD will be equal to CB, or BC we can write. Angle DCB. So this is the angle DCB. So this will be equal to angle DAB because the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Then OC. OC will be equal to OA because the diagonal bisect each other. So that means OA is the midpoint of AC. So OA and OC will be equal. And measurement of angle DAB and measurement of angle DAB means the sum of these two angles will be equal to 180 degree because these are the parallel sides and this is a transversal. So these angles become co-interior angles. So they will be supplementary. I hope this question 1 is clear to you. Now let's do the question number 2. In question number 2 we have the several sections. There are 5 parts of the question number 2. And in each part we have to find the unknown values x, y and z. Same way that we have done into the example also, right? So this y will be equal to 100 degrees. Why this y will be equal to 100 degrees? Because the opposite angles of a parallelogram are equal. Clear? So this y became equal to 100 degree. Now we have to find the x. So x plus 100 degree will be equal to 180 degree. Why? We have just learned above that adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. Okay, so that means x will be equal to 180 degree minus 100 degree. So x will be equals to 80 degree. So this will be equals to 80 degree. Now z. So z will be equal to x, which is equal to 80 degree. So that means the same region that we have written here, we can write here also. Okay. So this is means in the y is 100 degree, x is 80 degree, z is also 80 degree. Clear? Now the second part. Same in the second part we can do. There is no name given to this parallelogram. Okay. So this is 50. So we can write this y plus 50 equals to 180 degree. The same thing, the adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary, that we can write here also. Okay. So that means y will be equals to 180 degree minus 50 degree equal to means y equals to 130 degree, that we can get the answer. Same, x will be equal to y. Why? Because the opposite angles are equal. We can say that opposite angles of a parallelogram. So x will be equal to 130 degree. Now z. So x again will be equal to z, which is equal to 130 degree. What is the reason? that they are the corresponding angles. Why are they corresponding angles? Because this side and these sides are parallel, because this is a parallelogram. So this will be the transversal. So these and these two will be the corresponding angles, and we have learned into the parallel lines that corresponding angles are equal. So x will be and z will be equal, and they will be equal to 130 degree. Again, y plus 50 is 180 because the adjacent angles are supplementary. So we got the y 130. X is angle opposite to that, so this will also be 130 degree. And since this side and these sides are parallel, this is a transversal. So x and z will be equal. So z will be also equal to 130 degrees. I hope this is clear to you. Now the third part. See, in the third part, we have the y. This is the x, y, 30 and z. Okay. This already given is the 90 degree. So that means x will be equal to 90 degree. Why x equal to 90 degree? Because vertically opposite angle. Because this angle x and this angle is vertically, since this sign is given for the 90 degree, so x will be equal to 90 degree. Now from this triangle we can find the y. So y plus x plus 30 degree will be equal to 180 degree. Why? Angle sum property of a triangle, that we have learned in the previous videos, that sum of the interior angles of any triangle is 180 degree. So y plus x plus 30 is 180. X we have already found 90 degree. So y plus 90 plus 30 degree equals to 180 degree. So 90 plus 30 is 120. So y plus 120 degree equals to 180 degree. So we have got y equals to 180 degree minus 120 degree, which is equal to 60 degree. So that means we have found y equal to 60 degree, that we have found here. So this x became 90 degree, this y became 60 degree. Now we have to find the z. So you can see this side and this side is parallel to each other, and this is a transversal. So that means y and z will be the alternate interior angles. So z equals to y equal to 60 degree. Why? Because they are alternate interior angle. I hope this part is also clear to you. Let's understand this again. See, this is 90 degree. So x is the vertically opposite. So x will also be equal to 90 degree. Now this became a triangle. So y plus x plus 30 will be equal to 180 degree. So by this way we got the y as a 60 degree. Now this side and these side are parallel to each other, because this is a parallelogram. Okay, so this will be the transversal here. Now since this is the transversal, so this angle z and angle y became the alternate interior angles. So angle y and z will be equal. So that means y is 60, so angle z will also be the 60 degrees. I hope this is clear to you. Now let's do the fourth portion. See, the fourth portion is also as the same as we have done into the other example. Okay, so here x plus 80 degree will be equal to 180 degree, because why? They are the adjacent angles, and adjacent angles of a parallelogram and adjacent angles of a parallelogram are supplementary. So x plus 80 will be equal to 180 degree. So x will be equal to 180 degree minus 80 degree, just the linear equation that we have learned into the linear equations. So x will be equals to 100 degree will be the answer. Okay, so x we got the 100 degrees. Now this y and 80 will be equal. Y equals to 80 degree. Why? We have already learned that opposite angles of a parallelogram. Okay, and now z will also be equal to 180 degree, because they are the corresponding angles. So z equals to 80 degree. Why? They are the corresponding angle. You know, in geometry, writing the reason is must. If you don't write the reasons, then may not get the full marks. Okay, so in geometry, whenever you are doing the geometry, so we have to write why it has come. So let's understand this again. See, x plus 80 is 180 degree, because they are the adjacent angles. So x will be equal to 100 degree. Now y and 80 are the opposite angles. So y will be equal to 80 degree, because opposite angles are equal. Now z and 80 are corresponding. Why? Because this side and this side are parallel, and this is the transversal. So z and 80 became the corresponding angles. So z will be equal to 80 degree. I hope this is clear to you. Now do the fifth part. See, in the fifth part, this is the x, this is the z, and this is the y. Okay. So first find the y. So again, y will be equal to 112 degree. Why? Because they are the opposite angles. So we can write the reason: opposite angles of a parallelogram. Clear? Now, so this we have got the 112 degrees. Now, this became the triangle y 40 and x. So y plus 40 degree plus x is equal to 180 degree. Why? Because the angle sum property of a triangle, and we have learned that in a triangle the sum of all angle is 180 degree. So y we have already calculated 112 degree plus 40 degree plus x equals to 180 degree. So that means x will be equal to, this will be 2, 5 and 1 plus x equals to 180 degree. So x is equal to 180 degree minus 152. So that means this is equal to 10 minus 2 is 8. 7 minus 5 is 2. So 28 degree is the value of x. Clear? Now z. Since this side and this side is parallel and this is the transversal. Now this side is the transversal. So x and z will be equal. So z equal to x, which is equal to 28 degrees. Why? They are the alternate interior angle. Now let's repeat it again. Y will be equal to 112 because they are the opposite angles. Okay. Then after finding the y plus 40 plus x will be 180 degree because this is the angle sum property. Okay. And then we have found the x as a 28 degree. And now since this side and this side and this side are parallel, and this will be the transversal. This diagonal will become the transversal now. So the x and z will be equal because they will be the alternate interior angles. So z will also be equal to 28 degrees. I hope this is clear to you. So now, so this is the second question. We have done all the parts. Now let's do the question number 3. In this question, it is given that can a quadrilateral ABCD be a parallelogram if angle B plus angle B equal to 180 degree. Now let's do it by drawing. So this is the ABCD, which is a parallelogram. A, B, C, D. They are telling us that angle D plus angle B is 180 degree. Angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. Okay. Maybe, may not be. Maybe, but need not be. What is the meaning of it? Suppose if angle B and D are equal, okay, that means they can have 180 degree. That means they will become 90 degree and 90 degree. But it is not necessary that A and C can also be the 90 degree. They may be 90 degree, they may not be 90 degree. But if they are rectangle and square, then they can be the parallelogram. So that is why we have written that they may be but need not be. I hope this is clear to you. Now the second part. The second part says that AB equal to DC equal to 8 centimeter. If we write this here, that AB is 8 centimeter, DC is 8 centimeter, AD is 4 centimeter, and BC is 4.4 centimeter. So for the second part, this was the first part, and now for the second part, we have been given that AB equal to DC equal to 8 centimeter. Correct? Opposite sides are equal. Okay, this is correct, that opposite sides are equal. But AD is equal to 4 centimeter and BC is equal to 4.4. That means AD is not equals to BC. So that means opposite sides are not equal. It means that it is not a parallelogram. Because in parallelogram, because for a quadrilateral to be a parallelogram, both the pair of opposite sides should be equal. For a quadrilateral to be a parallelogram, both pair of opposite sides should be equal. I hope this is clear to you. Now the third part. In the third part, it is given that it is 70 degree and it is 65 degree. So definitely it will not be a parallelogram. See, for the third part, it is given that angle A is 70 degree and angle C is equal to 65 degree. That means angle A is not equals to angle C. So it is not a parallelogram, because for the parallelogram the opposite angle should be equal. Definitely not a parallelogram. So I hope this third question may be clear to you. In the first part, that it is given the angle B and angle D, sum of the angle B and angle D is 180 degree. Maybe, or but may not be, because if these angles are also 90, so that means they will become either rectangle or square. But if they are not equal, that means it will not be a parallelogram. So it may be or need not be. In the second, AB and DC are equal, but AD and BC are not equal, so it will not be a parallelogram. In the third part, angle A is not equal to angle C, so definitely it is not a parallelogram. So dear students, I hope these all questions, means all the 4 examples and 3 questions are clear to you that we have done today, and rest of the questions that that are left in this exercise we will do into the next video. So dear students, in the next video we will do the remaining questions of the exercise 3.3, means from question number 4 to till question number 12, that we will do into the next video. Thank you so much for your watching. Write your comments about the video, any query, any doubt about the topic into the comment box. And I hope you must be getting knowledge from my videos. Okay, you must be doing the practice at home. Okay, kindly practice, practice from your NCERT book and the other private books also. Okay, and if you have any doubt, then definitely you can write to me on the mail also, on the WhatsApp also, that we have given into the description that we have given. And if you want to do the live online classes through Zoom app, then also you can write to me. We will be happy to share the details with you. Okay, and you can follow me on the Telegram and Instagram also. And kindly share it with your friends, subscribe to it, and ask your friend to subscribe. Thank you so much.